Hello, this is Scot, Conway, PhD, JD, 8th degree black belt. Language of Emotions 101A and 101B are my programs. Emotional IQ is one of my books. I'm here with an emotional genius moment. We talked about guilt. Guilt means you violate one of your own highest standards. The self-protection reaction is to punish yourself. We talked about taking a look at the rule to see if the rule itself is reasonable and to change the rule if it's not. And we also talked about if the rule is reasonable, if it is a standard that really ought to be followed, that you follow it. You commit to following it. And one of the ways you do that, you figure, where is my point of no return? And you always stop at your point of no return. Your point of no return might be way back here. The problem might not arise. There's nothing wrong with any of this area. You could be anywhere in here, and that's okay. The only thing that's wrong with it is that for you, once you cross this line here, you are not in control of whether or not you go off the cliff over here. And in a case like that, you stay way back there. For some people, your point of no return is closer. Some people, your point of no return is right on the edge. You can go right to the edge and still make clear-headed decisions in the face of any given temptation. And that you can stand on the precipice between right and wrong, and you're fine. That you could be sitting in the vault with $1 million, and you could walk away with that $1 million, and no one would know it was you. You could totally get away with it, and you could be right there with the opportunity. You could be right there with the motivation to do it. It's just there, and it just wouldn't even occur to you to do it. Well, in that case, you know, if stealing the money is going to violate your identity, and you're not even tempted to steal the money, your point of no return is right where the right and wrong line is. That's ideal. Congratulations on something. All of us have what we call chinks in our armor, areas of weakness, areas of temptation, the things we struggle with. I also want to mention guilt trips because we talked about what it is, what guilt is. Well, a guilt trip is someone else sends you on a trip to guilt. So what are they doing? Just like we talked about guilt is you violated one of your own highest principles at a level that it challenges your identity. How people do guilt trips is they try to convince you that you're violating a standard, and they will try to make it challenge your identity. What's that? A guilt trip. They're trying to define a principle and then say you violated it. Sometimes they'll open with you violated it and then try to define the principle you violated. It's all the same thing. They're trying to get you to believe you have violated an identity-level principle. Now, when someone's doing that, first off, you evaluate for yourself. It's like, well, let me take a look at this. What's the principle? Look. Interestingly enough, one of the easiest ways to stop a guilt trip is you just call them on it. You go, Mom, are you trying to use a guilt trip on me? Very few people who you have a relationship with will admit, oh, no. Like, okay. And then if they do it again, say, you know, that's seeming a bit like a guilt trip to me. Then they'll try to backtrack. No, I'm just saying. Say, well, when you say that, it sounds like you're trying to make me feel guilty for not writing and calling. No, it would be nice if you did. It's like, I would love to have the time to do that more. I mean, I think it'd be nice to have the time in my schedule where I could. But tell you what, let's work this out. And you work out a deal. And you figure out what is a reasonable thing, and you choose from the area of reason. And when someone's laying a guilt trip on you, just call them on it. Nicely. Be nice of her. Never let guilt trips work on you. Take a look at guilt objectively, one of your own highest standards, and play your life the way you know your life ought to be played. You follow your standards, your good standards, and you choose those. This is Scot, Conway, PhD, JD, 8th degree black belt with an emotional genius moment. Language of Emotions 101A, 101B are my programs. Emotional IQ is my book. Hope you read them. Hope you listen to them. You give me 24 hours. I will make you an emotional genius. Thank you.